Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist with Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove First Federal credit control from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, then I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. If, for example, or you believe that First Federal credit control or, any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid or, any major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. Now, in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Just give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below. And what I want to do today in this video is I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with First Federal credit control? I put this one at the top of the list because, we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's really no need to worry about that. The amount of the debt also does not matter. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So who is First Federal Credit Control and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? Let me give you an example. Let's say that, for whatever reason, you have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. First Federal Credit Control could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But now they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, giving them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, again, what a lot of people don't realize is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So, a lot of time paying isn't in your best interest. It could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying debts can even hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot. They may call your family members and colleagues, coworkers. And I want to say that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you again may be owed a lawsuit. So that's another case. You want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with First Federal Credit Control? Settling your debt with them really depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't really the best option because, like I said before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, right? Now, instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts can be removed. And this is really the ultimate win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Which leads me to the next question. How do you remove First Federal credit control from your credit report? The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I should mention that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn how to do it or that you can't or anything like that, but just be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, really learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way you can ensure that it's done properly the first time, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with First Federal credit control accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get First Federal credit control to stop calling you? As I mentioned before, they're going to be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased. Which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially, have them removed from your report altogether. So I think that is a good option. Will First Federal Credit Control try suing or garnishing my wages? So First Federal Credit Control suing is unlikely. It can happen. Does happen. I don't want to lie to you, but in our experience, it's pretty rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with First Federal Credit Control, right? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that First Federal Credit Control has purchased. They are governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA, and as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, I know when you look at this, these acts can seem very complicated, but they really provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. Give us a call today. We'll discuss your options, and again, you can find our number in the description below. And that's all I have for today. Thanks so much.